Hi, good day viewers. I thank all the viewers as well as subscribers for subscribing Share Simple Science. Today I'll be discussing about 10 simple questions in science. The first question is, why science is called as a science? What a question, isn't it? It's funny to listen to. But there is a reason why exactly science has been called as a science. The word has been derived from Latin, and from the Latin the word is scientia. From this the word science has been derived. That means they have got this name. And what does it mean? Scientia means knowledge. How do you gain knowledge? Usually we say, if we listen to, if we write, if we learn, if we read, we are going to get knowledge. But here when it comes to science, you have to experiment, analyze, you have to get the proof for certain examples, and then you are going to believe in it. You have to understand. So there is a method, a systematic method of learning science. So science is nothing but knowledge, and it has been derived from the word scientia. Okay? Then the second question, who is the king of science? Can there be any king? Do we have any kingdom as science? Don't know. Any guesses? It is physics. The subject physics is the one which is called as king of science, because physics is the study, a subject which deals with the base of the nature. So it gives many reasons for the base of the nature. What is an atom? What is molecule? What is matter made up of? All living things are made up of matter. Some substance is there present in it. So we are going to study about all these and many more in physics. So it is called as king of science. Third question, who is queen of science? So one side we have a king, the other side the queen. Who could be the beautiful queen in science? It is mathematics, number magic. We have structures, shapes, derivations, solutions, theorems. So all this come under mathematics, but mind you, there is no experiment in maths. There was a German mathematician by name Carl Friedrich. He was the one who told that maths is the queen of science. So what is science? Why we have given the name science? First question. Second one, who is the king of science? Third one is, who is the queen of science? So physics is king and the queen is mathematics. Now if we go on speaking about the subjects and about the science, you may get confused. Here we are going to just talk about the subjects and the science, but we'll just step on to the general information. Fourth question is about, how far is the sun away from the earth? Is it very near? No, very far, very far. You can't reach it at all. The distance from earth to sun is 93 million miles away. Very, very far. Suppose we just rent a car, or if we have our own car, sit inside it and start the journey, travel towards the sun. It will take around 177 years. Forgot to tell you, you have to set up the speed 60 miles per hour. So in 60 miles per hour in a car, if you start traveling, you're going to cover the distance by 177 years. So my great grandfather, my grandfather, my father and myself, so all the four of us can have a journey towards the sun. I will be the one who is going to reach, because 177 years means there is a question mark. What is the lifespan of a person? Approximately around 45, 50, 60, unless until we are very healthy. So that is the time which is taken. Now related to this, I want to tell you one more point. The light, the sun is a a bright ball of fire, and it is emitting the rays, the sunlight. Light travels around 8 minutes from sun to earth. So suppose the time is now 12:08, for example, the journey of the light would have been started by 12. So it takes 8 minutes for the light to travel from sun to earth. That means the distance, what I told is 93 million miles. For that distance, the light is taking around 8 minutes to reach the earth. That's really incredible, isn't it? Fifth question. How do plants obtain water? We human beings have a mouth to drink water and to eat food. What about plants? Do they have any mouth? No, they're not having any mouth. You people all have studied about the plant parts. Main two parts are there. Above the earth, above the soil, we call it as the shoot system. Below the soil, we call it as root system. So when we water the plants, the soil is going to pick up the water and the nutrients. That means it has absorbed all of these. Now how the roots are going to take it? The roots have tiny fiber-like structures which are called as root hairs, and all these are made up of cells. These cells are going to absorb the water, the nutrients, minerals which are present in the soil. And how do they transport these to all parts of the plant? There are tiny tubes, and these tubes are going to conduct water as well as conduct nutrients, food. So the conducting tissue of the plant with respect to water is called as xylem, and the one which is going to conduct the nutrients, the food, that is called as phloem. So xylem and phloem together, we give a word as vascular tissue in case of plants. So from the roots, through the stem, to all parts of the plant, branches, leaves and all parts, you're going to see tiny tubes which are going to carry the water, transport the water from the soil to all parts. This is the way how plant is going to obtain water. Got it? Sixth question is, why we have to get up from the right side of the bed when you're getting up or waking up in the morning? In the last video I have told, I'll be answering you. Now, what are the reasons for? There are very strong reasons why we have to get up from the right side. The first one is, according to the modern science, there is magnetic field around each and every body. This magnetic field runs from head to feet and vice versa, that is going back, and from left to right and again back. So there are two types of magnetic field surrounding the body. When we are trying to get up from the way of the field of this magnetic waves, we are going to strengthen ourselves. So in order to strengthen ourselves, we are going to get up from right side of the bed. There is even a strong reason of Ayurveda. You would have heard about the word Surya Nadi. If you have not heard, it may be new. Surya, you have heard about it, isn't it? Surya, the word which means solar, sun. Nadi is nothing but the path or the channel. You would have seen the yogis or some of these people who sit and meditate, who performing yoga. They're going to close one side of the nose. They take in the air and release in the other side of the nostril. So we have two nostrils, one right and one left nostril. So closing the left nostril and taking the air from the right, and afterwards closing the right side and releasing the air from the left. So Surya refers to solar energy. The energy along with air travels from the right nostril and comes back from the left, and again it moves from right and again coming back from the left. So this movement of the energy which takes place will energize us to that particular day, and it is good to get up from the right side. There is another reason in science why we have to get up from the right side. It is said that our digestive system is going to produce the digestive juices more to activate the food what we are going to take to digest the food. So the enhancement of the digestive system to increase the production of the gastric juices in the digestive system can be prolonged, and throughout the day it will be better if we are going to get up from the right side. So there are 3 strong reasons why we have to get up from the right side of the bed. I think this will surely convince you, and it may not look like rubbish or silly to think about or say why we are not wrong, or why we are wrong by getting up, and if we mess up with the people or some job there. Okay, so it's a good habit of getting up from the right side. Okay, the next question I would like to discuss is about the washing of our private parts thoroughly. How we are going to wash the private parts after attending to a nature call. This question also I had asked in the last video, and I told I'll be discussing. Girls and boys, when we say, the private parts are totally different. In case of boys, the part which helps to pass the urine, it's called as penis, and it is slightly outside the body. But in case of girls, the opening and the part which helps to pass the urine is intact with the body. That means it is attached to the body, it is not outside. This passage is called as urethra. The opening is called as urethral opening, where we pass urine. And about the digestive system, you people are aware already. Digestive system has 2 openings. One opening is the mouth, where we take the food and we drink water. And the other opening where we throw the unwanted, undigested food in the form of fecal matter, that part is called as anus. So 2 openings, one mouth and the other one is anus. Now this is common whether it is a boy or a girl. At the center, at the back portion, we are going to get it. So what happens when we are trying to wash our body parts after attending a nature call? As girls have the parts intact to the body, suppose if they start washing from back to front, there may be certain germs, certain bacteria which may infect the other opening also in the front where we pass urine. So in order to avoid that, it is better to wash from front to back in case of girls, whereas in case of boys it is vice versa, that is from back to front. So main thing is only to avoid any infection. Sometimes children will be complaining, they have burning sensation when they try to pass urine. So at that time there may be chances of certain bacteria which has been infected the area, the private parts. So they have to wash it with little bit of warm water and salt for time being, and then you can attend to a doctor where exactly you can get some medicines for this particular cure of itching or burning sensation. Okay. 8th question is, why does milk rise when we boil it? You know that milk is a liquid and it is made up of water and substances like proteins, carbohydrates, fats, minerals, vitamins, and all these substances, when they are getting boiled, what happens is there is a steam which creates bubbles, and along with the bubbles all these substances are pushed towards the surface, and you are going to see a thin layer of foam which is nothing but a cream. So once the milk is stopped boiling and it is settled, cooled, you're going to see a thin layer of slight yellowish color cream which is made up of bubbles. And this you can take as it is, or you can take with bread, or sometimes it can be used for certain dishes. It gives good taste. Ninth question: why don't we feel pain when we cut our nails or hair? This is because only the base of the hair and the nail have the cells which are living. But as they grow, the edges of the nails as well as the hair are dead cells. And only the cells which are living have the connectivity with the nerve cells, nerve endings, the fibers which can feel the pain, which can send the message. You try to pinch your hand, or sometimes when you're trying to cut the vegetables, there is a prick, there is a cut, and then you feel the pain. That is because the nerve endings are there in these cells. But at the edges of the nail as well as edges of the hair, there are the dead cells which do not have the nerve endings, and so there is no pain when we try to cut our nails or when we try to trim our hair. Got it? Last question, the 10th question is, what is paper made up of? You would have heard about paper is made up of bamboo. Apart from bamboo, it can be made up with hemp, jute as well as cotton, woody stems. They are crushed and the pulp is made first. The removal of the moisture from this woody stem. And after that, these are processed both mechanically and chemically to make a thin sheet where you can write. Okay? I hope you have clearly understood all these 10 questions for today. If you have any doubts, you can comment. If you like the video, kindly share and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you very much.